people say in the chat, people in New York, they don't really drive. Like me, to think of like getting a car and learning like what insurance is and stuff like that is kind of like foreign to me because public transportation in New York was too powerful.
Yeah.
Literally, like it's 24 hours. They come like literally every 5 minutes, so there was no reason for you to drive.
So does it like you've been to Japan?
Yeah.
Is it around
it's just like that, but better because it's 24 hours.
Oh, okay.
Japan closes at like 1 a.m., 2 a.m.
Yeah,
you're
that's
done.
right. I remember.
But like, and plus it's a flat fare.
Okay.
So like Japan, like the farther you go, the more expensive you pay.
Yeah.
In New York, it's right now it's $250 anywhere you want.
Okay.
So you could go like 1 mile or 20 miles, $250.
You think that's a good thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like you don't have perfect example. When I went to SPO when I won Marvel 3.
Right.
So the hotel, where I stayed in Shinjuku.
Right.
But the tournament was near one stop away from Narita Airport.
Okay. Shit.
Okay, yeah, exactly,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So now
Well, the bus drive there was about just to Tokyo is what, hour and a half, hour 45 minutes.
see, but the thing is, you can't take the bus. You have to take the local train because it's a stop before Narita.
Okay.
So because of that, one way every day. So because I went 2 days.
Right.
One way was $22 US.
Okay.
So going there 22, then going back to Tokyo to go sleep 22. And then going back the second day, 22, and then come back 22.
Right.
It's
So
88.
you spent $80 in 2 days.
2 days.
Yeah. Yeah, but like if you're in Tokyo on the JR line, it was like $1 just to get to next exit.
Of course.
Right.
That's
a good thing.
It is a good thing.
Right.
But how many exits does it take when it gets past $2.50, which is New York standards? Probably like three or five.
Right.
3 to 5.
Okay.
So because of that, like if you're staying on one line
Uh-huh.
and you don't have to transfer to other lines, then
Right.
it's perfect.
Yeah.
Like if you, for example, you stay on the Yamanote line, right?
Right.
As anyone wants to go to Japan, if you go to Tokyo, make sure you trust the Yamanote line. That's the best line, best friend for you guys.
It's the biggest square in the world.
Yeah, it takes you everywhere, but it takes the longest route, but it will take you wherever you go and you won't get lost. So pretty much, if you take like you transfer from Yamanote to like the Chiba line or whatever.
Right.
It's definitely going past $2, 100% right there on the spot.
What is going on now? All right. So we got Yun Chun.
Classic match.
What do you think the score is on this one?
I actually think now it's 5-5, but before I thought it was Yun's favor. But because of what the game mechanic is supposed to be, like because you're supposed to use parry, and Yun is very like parry baitish. So if you're able to parry a lot against Yun, then this match becomes 5-5 because of Chun-Li's damage output is very strong.
Right.
But if you play a no parry Chun like me, then it's hard. But if you play a real Third Strike Chun-Li from Japan, it's 5-5.
Okay. So when was the last time you touched this game outside of today?
Probably TFC in September.
Okay.
Because they had like a console room.
Right.
No, not like arcade room.
Right.
So they had a bunch of games. So like during like my off time, like me and a couple of friends, we were playing like CS2, Third Strike, and like Marvel 2.
Right.
So it's one of those things that I like to do when like if they're there.
Right.
So September was probably like literally the last time.
Lenin switching back to Ken. What do you think this is? 6-4?
Yeah, 6-4 Chun.
Right.
Like it's like Ken has to win by theory, right? Win first round because no meter.
Right.
Chun-Li won second round to make her waste the meter. Then third round it's back to like round 1.
Right.
But it doesn't really work like
theory.
that. In theory, right?
Theory.
But we're human,
right? So
that's why theory. It's really hard for theory fighting to work, really. Like I think theory fighting only works in like Super Turbo, like those type of games, because those are all very calculated. But there are chances in this game, like because of parry.
Because of parry
it makes your chance stronger.
Just like that.
Yeah. And yeah, like usually like what Lenin should have done was abuse sweeps and standing roundhouse before Chun-Li got this meter, but now he can't really do that. So that's how Ken usually wins first rounds, by sweeps, super offensive rush down.
Right.
And like you can risk parry down or forward because Chun-Li can't really combo without super.
Right. I think that was my problem against Floe when I played him. Like I gave, it wasn't respect. That's not the right word. I was too, not scared, but like I was trying to play too safe, and that's like
Chun-Li, you cannot play safe against her
until she has
until
meter.
she has meter.
Just abuse the fact that she has meter.
Yeah.
Or she doesn't have meter.
Yeah. Because after that, like, literally, like, that super is way too devastating. Like, I mean, when Third Strike first came out, I don't know if a lot of people remember it. People used to ban Ultra R2 before Third Strike got popular. Like, this is like when Third Strike first came out.
Okay.
So like, people will pick Chun-Li and pick Kikoshi. But Kikoshi was pretty good, I think.
That's the anti-air one, right?
No, it's the fireball, the giant
one.
fireball
Okay.
one.
Final round. Go.
Because literally, Ultra R2 does way too much damage. I'm not gonna lie. I played Chun-Li and like it does way too much damage. Especially when you hit them crouching. The worst is when they try to low parry, low forward, but you do back fierce instead, and you get the chunk of like right there.
Yeah.
You would have got stunned too if the super came out. Oh no! You're supposed to not press a button.
Oh.
But yeah, like
You win.
that back fierce does way too much